Hello, Cryptorians. Good evening and welcome to Bitcoin $10 Marathon. And this is Gaurav, aka Tingley. Let's tickle our financial buds. So, uh, I'm sorry I was not able to come online yesterday for some personal reasons. However, here we are. Now, I'll just summarize about the entire thing. What I have started is the Bitcoin Marathon for $10. The initial capital used for the trading is only $10, and we would be doing it for 100 days, and after doing multiple trades for continuous 100 trades we would be seeing the absolute return on our investment, and we would be also checking how the capital grows when we are compounding our returns in our investments. In last 2 days of trading, we were able to generate 1% on the total capital available in the account. Because the capital available was $10, so we were able to generate 1% of the absolute return, which is about 10 cents per day, though it seems to be pretty less. However, in coming future, when the capital is going to increase, so will be the profit. And as we talk about the compounding, since Einstein said it is the eighth wonder of the world, as per me, if there were some options available to mark the wonder of mathematics and other things, then trust me, I would have marked compounding as the first wonder of the world, because it is one of the best things. And talking about the trading scenarios, we just need to make sure that we stay in the market for as long as possible and we find and take the right trades. Looking onto the current scenario, what I understand is right now this is the level which market has been following and respecting, and it was created about 2 days ago. Let's look onto the bigger time frame. The moment I converted into 1 day, so this is the level, because market was again and again taking rejection on 2nd of January from here. So now it is taking kind of support. So that is what we are able to look and find and understand on the bigger time frame. Moving back to 15 minutes time frame, because in my personal opinion I'm able to find much better chart reading in 15 minutes. However, I always trade on 5 minutes time frame, because that is an optimum time frame where it is not too big or not too small to enter and exit the trade. So right now the EMAs are totally stacked up, which says it can show a continuation of the trend towards the day low, which is about 750, 16,750, or it, because it is also holding at a level which is the bottom CPR, and that is approximately 822, 16,822. So it might take little time to go further below. At the same time, if we look onto the chart, right now what is happening is the candles are respecting approximately 20 EMA and 8 EMA, and they are holding their price under those EMAs. So moving on to the 5 minutes time frame, here it is. So now if I try to understand the movement of the market, so this is the kind of a trend which market is generating right now. And at the same time, while I was not here on the live stream, though I booked a profit on this particular trade, so I booked in first trade from here till here for 15 minutes, then I was out of the trade because my stop profit was hit. This is a level where I decided to have my stop profit, so I booked in approximately 70 points in this particular trade, and then I waited for the confirmation. Once I had the confirmation, again I entered the trade and I booked another profit from here until the start of the next candle, because the moment I saw the rejection, So I decided to exit the trade, and I booked approximately 30 points over there. Now, it is a continuation of the trend, and since I was not very certain that it might take support onto the CPR, top CPR, which is also called TCPR in short, it might take a support and show the reversal of the trend, that is something like this. Just a moment. So it might show the reversal from here. It might have shown the reversal from here towards the top side, that is retesting the day's high, or it could have gone down. So I just waited, and now it has started to make candles below the bottom CPR. So I would like to wait for a few minutes before I re-enter the trade. And if I enter the trade, so my target, this will be my entry point, which is the current price, and my target will be approximately this bar, the bridge which I have created, which market has been respecting from the second day, 2nd January levels. So that is where I would be exiting the trade. Now, following the same rule which I always do, I trade is about 10% of the capital available in my account. So I'll be taking 10% of the capital, and I'll be entering the trade right now. So I have just entered the trade. Let me show you my screen. Here it is. So I have just entered the trade, and I would be looking in for a target which would be 16,760. I'll just add my stop profit levels to 16,000, sorry, 760. That's my take profit level of this particular trade. So now just wait and see. And just give me 5 minutes and I'll be back with you guys. All right, I'm back, and now the market is giving us a good move. And at the same time, our position has moved into approximately 9% profit, which is, I would consider, a pretty decent profit for me. However, I'm looking in for more profit right now because, as I've already said, the target for 760 points. So let's wait and see when do we get this particular target. Okay, so market is again going little up and it is retesting the level which is also the ATMA. So it is retesting the ATMA, and this level is a pretty important and a crucial level for the reason. Okay, let me pull down this line over here. though this is also a bottom CPR. So definitely it is an important level. And as we also have is a ATMA over here, which is acting as a resistance. At the same time, the price is also following ATMA continuously. So right now what I'm able to understand is it is taking a little pullback to retest the levels, and once it retests the level, which would be maximum 2 of a 20 EMA and a price of approximately 825, then it would be heading down again towards our target, which is 760. So that is the target which I'm trying to book in for right now in this particular trade. Though I was not able to come online during the earlier hours, I did booked in two trade. One trade was from here, which was approximately at 8:20 p.m. Indian time, and I booked in these three candles for my profit, approximately 70 points I booked in, and then there was another trade wherein I booked in another 35 points. So now I'm just waiting, and my current target is approximately 60 points. So if I'm able to book the 60 points, I would be making a tentative net profit about 40-45% after adjusting all the platform fees and everything. So that should be my net profit, and that's a pretty decent level of profit. And since I entered the trade at this particular, okay, this is my entry point. On this price, I have entered the trade, which is approximately, mm, where it is, my entry price is 820. So I have entered right exactly at this price, which is also the CPR. So right now my position is neither in profit, neither in loss. So it's at like 0, 0. And I'm just waiting for it to book the profit. Though couple of minutes ago it was there in the profit for approximately 9%, which has again dipped to just 1% of the profit. However, it is trading, so this is something which are tentative figures which will always keep on changing with the time. So all I need to do is just wait for the target which I have decided, because market is showing is a continuous trend on 5 minutes as well as on the 15 minutes timeline. So even if we look onto the 15 minutes timeline, so it is following the trend, which is a bearish trend. So I'm looking in for the target of 760 points from the current level. From entry price of 820 to 760, I would be booking in approximately 60 points, which would be able to give me about 40%, 45% of the absolute return on my capital invested. Since the purpose of this streaming is only for the educational and training purposes, this is also one of the reasons we are not using a very huge capital, trying to ensure that maximum people who ever get to view this trading try to learn from this stream, and at the same time while they learn, they try to initiate a trade, because many people think they need a huge sum of capital to do trading, which may or may not be possible for them. However, looking at the current scenario, trading with only $10 so is a amount which almost I think everybody should be able to afford and should be able to do it. At the same time, trading is more about the rules, trading is more about the discipline, trading is not about the capital. Because in this particular stream, we will be always talking about the capital invested and the percentage of return that we generated on our capital. Since if you invest $1 and you are generating 40% return, that is about 40 cents. However, if you are investing $100, you would be generating a return for $40. So the idea is to give the right kind of guidance and right kind of parameters to understand how exactly the market works, how exactly the financial system works when it comes to trading, different pattern, different ideas. And once we start understanding this, based on that, we would keep on increasing the level of the amount of capital. and this candle is expected to close, and at the same time it is showing the continuation of the bearish trend, and right now our position is running approximately 4% profit. So here we are waiting for our position to achieve the target. Okay, this chart is on 15 minutes time frame. Let's move back to 5 minutes time frame. The reason I don't use too small time frame is because the smaller the time frame, higher is the noise in the market. Like 5 minutes is showing these kind of candles. If I take it down to 3 minutes, so the candles would be changing in, and so would be the EMA. The average of the price, which the red and the green lines are representing, they will also change at the same time. And if I move on to 1 minute candle, then see it becomes too noisy. And when the noise increases, it becomes really difficult to hear what exactly market is trying to say. So that is only possible when we look onto the market at a decent time frame, depending on the time that we want to be in a trade. Trading on 5 minutes time frame level is something which normally takes about maybe 45 minutes to an hour on an average to close a trade. That is to enter, to book your profits, and to be out. However, in couple of cases, this may also happen before an hour as well. Like I booked in, my profit was in about 18 minutes in this particular candle. These three big candles gave me a good profit. So I booked in my profit and then I moved out of the trade. Again, I booked in my profit in these four candles and then I moved out of the trade. Right now, so we are just waiting. And as market is following and respecting the ATMA, which is the red line, so we'll just keep waiting and following the red line. And this is the place where market has always created a kind of a bridge. Let's look onto the scenario. Here it is. Let me draw this level to help you understand better. This is the price level where it finds it little difficult to breach the price. However, when it breaches the price, definitely it is going to test the current day low. So we just need to wait and see if it is able to breach the price. If not, then it would, depending on the support, which is the bridge over here, and a price for approximately 16,800. And talking about the resistance, which is approximately 16,820. So we need to see where exactly market would be taking its final move. Till the time the price is shuttling between this amount, between 800 and 820, we are pretty safe to stay in the trade. However, if I talk about my stop loss level, so because this trade is not very big trade, My stop loss level is also not pretty high. My stop loss is right at the top CPR, which is 840 points. If my price is going above 840 points over here, I'll decide to exit the trade and book my losses. And I would agree that my analysis were wrong and the probability which I was playing on was wrong, because stock market or any business completely works on the theory of probability. So my probability was wrong, and so I need to be out of this particular trade. It may not be always possible for us to be in profit every single time. However, what is possible is to stay profitable over the period of time. It may happen at one particular day that we might not be able to book even a single trade in profit, as we are trading for coming 100 days for this particular marathon. However, it may also happen continuously that for 15 days we are booking profit, and maybe for another day we might not book a profit, or maybe for 2 days we might not book a profit. So we just need to wait, we just need to see, and we just need to respect the market. And we need to understand that we are the followers who would be following the market and not leading the market. Because in order to lead the market, you need to be the person who should be able to move the entire market. So I hope you are able to understand that you require huge sum of capital in order to move the market. Okay, so right now the price is moving towards a target level of the stop level. At the same time, it is kind of taking the resistance from the daily pivot and showing a slight reversal on the trend. So let's wait and see if we are able to book the profit, or we would be hitting the stop loss for the day. All right, so we are very close to our stop loss level. We are just waiting for this candle to close. If the candle closes above the level that we have decided, just give me a moment. Okay, if the candle closes above the top CPR, which is 840, when I say close, it needs to close above this level. Then it is the time for me to book my loss and be out of this trade. As if now our position is running in approximately 8% loss, which is not a huge loss to be worried about. And while we are waiting for this trade to move into the right direction, let's talk about the basic psychology. Another reason I started with this small amount is to train us psychologically about the money system, because money is something which has a very, very strong emotional connect and which has a very strong emotional value. So when we are about to see, or when we see that we are losing money, then our psychology intends to get really volatile, and then we intend to think really irrational ways. So this is also one of the reasons that I was not willing to start this particular marathon with a huge capital, so that people who try to follow me, who try to learn from the streaming, because the streaming is purely for the educational purposes only. So I never wanted them to move into a scenario where their mental level starts shaking and they start thinking about different levels or different ideas, or start generating different kind of thoughts. Now as you're starting with this particular amount, which is a very very low and affordable amount, even if we lose due to any kind of error we make or in the analysis, this is something which would not make us lose our night sleep. That is the first thumb rule for the trading. Always trade with that capital. Even if you lose, you should not be losing your night sleep. You should not be getting really volatile. You should not be getting disturbed because of the losses. This is also the reason. And when you start doing the trading with that particular amount, and when you start getting trained psychologically, then it is the time for us or for anyone to move into the market with a big and a huge capital. And as I said, I would be waiting for this particular candle to close above my level, the psychological level which I had decided, where I would be exiting the market and assuming and agreeing to the fact that my analysis was wrong. So right now our level is still intact, which is 840, and the candle did not close above 840. And right now it is sustaining a price for approximately 835, which is still under the price. So I would be waiting till the time I do not see a close of a candle above my stop loss level. The moment I see any candle closing at the stop loss level is the time when I'll exit this particular trade, and I'll wait for a better position, a better scenario where I would be reinitiating a new trade. Another rule for trading: never ever try to average your losing position. What would happen is, couple of times, because my entry price is approximately $820, and right now the price is moving about 835, $838. So couple of times people would be thinking, why not to add some position over here? Because what we have done is we have short the Bitcoin. We are waiting for the price to come down to the level and then book the profit. Okay. Talking about the current scenario, the candle has definitely breached our level, though it is not closing as of now above the level. Till the time we are not closing above the decided level of 840 is the time I would like to stay in this trade. However, if my candle closes above 840 and it continues the upward movement, then it is a time for me to agree with the market and respect the market's decision and move out of the trade. I would not like to hold the trade and increase the loss. And as I was talking about the law of averaging, many times what people do is they try to average their losing trade. Suppose I'm using $10 in this trade. So right now, whatever is the loss I'm incurring on $10. Suppose I add another $5 over here to average at the price of 840, to average the price. So what would happen is total amount in the trade is $15. So when the market is going in the upward direction, that is in the opposite direction where we are expecting the market to come, then our loss would be widened even faster, because earlier the money in the market was approximately $10. Now the money is $15. So our loss would be increasing 50% faster, which would be eventually disturbing our psychology. So another thumb rule of trading is never ever ever try to average your losing trade. Always try to hold You're losing trade on the pre-decided level. Like my pre-decided level is, if my candle is closing above 840 is a time when I will say the market is right and I'll move out of the trade and I'll book my losses. So I'm very clear with the idea of my stop loss and the level of the stop loss which I need to take. At the same time, I'm also very clear with the idea of the profit which I need to book. And the profit level which I need to book is approximately at 760 points. Right now, the current price is exactly at the level of my stop loss, which is 839, and my stop loss level is 840. So price is prevailing around the same level. So let's wait and see for this candle to close. Because this candle is about to close, if this candle is not closing above the level, is a time when I'm not exiting the trade. Now see, this is a dicey situation and this candle shows the continuation of the trend towards the upside. So what I'm doing is I am booking the loss of approximately 12% on my trade and I am exiting the trade right now. So I have decided to exit the trade, and after exiting the trade is a time when I'll sit and I'll wait. Now that is what happens very often in the market. Like the moment I had decided if the candle stays above my level is a time when I would be booking in my loss, and the moment I have booked in my loss, it is showing a reversal of the trend. It is showing the pressure of that particular level, and still the price is not able to hold above the level. Yes, it did breach the level of 840. It moved up to approximately 845 or so. However, it is not holding above the level. It is still onto the lower side. So still I'll wait till the time I do not get the confirmation from the market if it is going up or it is going down. Because right now the market is trading between the level where it can take either of the directions. It can go down, it can go up. Because this is one level where it has been taking multiple resistances during the day. If we look the entire day, whenever market breached the price, it dipped. It did breach, it dipped. It breached, it dipped. So every time the price is going above 840, it is very rarely that it is showing a fast and a bullish movement. However, most of the time, once the price is breaching 840, it is moving back towards the price of 800 or maybe lower than 800 as well. So I'm just there and waiting since I have already booked in my loss on the previous trade, assuming that the market was right and my analysis were still not in synchronization to the market, and I'll wait for the confirmation because right now it is showing a strong rejection at this level. So I'll just wait, and if I see that there is a confirmation of the rejection and the price is moving down, it is showing a bearish movement. That is the time when I'd like to re-enter a new trade. However, right now I am not into any kind of trading positions and I will not be initiating any kind of trade right now unless I get the final confirmation for the movement of the market. Because it may also happen that market, the price might come to this particular level and take the reversal, because this is a place where price has taken reversal several times today. See, if we try to continue the trend, so price took reversal from here several times today. So that's the reason right now it is a situation where it is not giving me a very decisive position to agree to any direction of the trade. Now, talking about finding the levels, this is something which I have been sharing during my live streams, as it is for the education purposes only. And it's very simple. We need to try to find a location where we see maximum candles being formed, either while price is going up or the price is going down. And at the same time, if we are able to see a place where the price is getting stuck, however, we are not able to find the reason, then it is a time to move back in time. That is, look onto the previous 2 or 3 days and look if there was any crucial level when the price was getting stuck over there. Like this particular bridge of 750 is the bridge which was formed on 2nd January. This is the continuation of the price barrier from 2nd January, and even today market is not able to breach this barrier. So we'll just sit, wait and see where exactly market is heading and what exactly we need to do. So as if now I entered a trade was over here at the price of 820 and I was looking in for a target of 760. However, my stop loss level was above the pivot of 840. Since we have breached the price of 840, I have decided to take my stop loss and I'm not in any kind of trade right now. And I'm just waiting for the right level to come. Because couple of you people might think that here are continuously back to back couple of green candles. So why am I not going in for a long or a bullish trade towards a day high? The reason is there is the price barrier. Most of the time when price is coming to this level, there is always a barrier and it is coming down. So right now I'm not able to find a reasonable support which is giving me any kind of assurance that no, the price would be going up and it is a time for me to go long. Like if we look onto this candle which was formed approximately 4 hours ago, to be precise, 3.5 hours ago, it showed a rejection and reversal of the trend sharply, and the price broke all the barriers with a swing. So I booked in my trade with this particular movement, and then it gave me a confirmation that still the price was not willing to go down, because when there was a reversal, it took a support from this particular pivot, that is a top CPR. It moved up. When I decided to enter the trade again, then again it reversed to the top CPR, and then it showed a little pullback towards the bullish side, which gave me a complete confirmation that now the market is not bullish anymore, and it is the case, a scenario for the exhaustion as if now. For whatever the pattern is being created on 5 minute chart, it showed me the exhaustion of the scenario. So I did not took any more trades at that point in time. However, when I started this live streaming a couple of minutes ago, about an hour ago, after discussing all these patterns, I decided, because it was showing me a confirmation over here for the reversal of the trend towards the bearish movement, and I was expecting the price to come down I was playing on the probability of the price to come down to the current day low, which is 753. So I was looking in for a target of 760. However, it gave a slight pullback and it breached the level of my stop loss. So I decided to take my stop loss and move out of the trade. So right now I would be sitting and I would be waiting till the time I do not get any final confirmation of the trade and I decide to move in that particular direction. It may happen with you as well a couple of times that when you may decide, looking onto the direction of the market might show a pullback and you might have to take a stop loss, which is very crucial. Taking stop loss is far more better than losing the entire capital. Because if the market shows the continuation of the trend, the reversal of the trend, and keeps on heading towards 17,000 mark, like right now the price is prevailing at approximately 16,840, then it moves to 850, 818, 16,900. So if it keeps on heading towards the 17,000 mark, then definitely at one point of time our account would be wiped off and we would be left with no capital. And in order to do business, we need to have our capital intact. And this is not only applicable with these trading markets, it is also applicable with all the businesses in the world. You need to have your working capital, your cash flow. So we cannot disturb our cash flow, which is the capital available in the account. And this is also one of the reasons that I always recommend to use not more than 10% of the capital available in the account. And your loss level should not be more than 15 to 20% of the capital use, which ideally makes about 1.5% of the loss of the entire value. So as we are trading with the available capital of just $10, which we have brought up to a level of $10.28, and since my stop loss level was breached, so I decided to book in a loss, and I made a loss of approximately 12 cents. Still, from the day one, I'm sitting in a profitable position. I'm still sitting on the level, a higher level from which I started to trade, which was $10. So we'll wait, we'll see for the levels to be received and the levels to be formed. And as I discussed about the two trades which I took approximately 3.5 hours ago, just to keep this account intact for the marathon, I did not use this account. It was another account on which I was trading. Right now, what market is showing is the respect for the 8 EMA because it is showing a reversal, a pullback, as well as the 20 EMA. So right now it is showing the respect for both of them, and it is giving us an indication, a kind of an indication that market may show a slight bullish movement and we might be able to go long. However, till the time I do not get any kind of final confirmation is the time I would not be initiating any trade, because right now the market is lurking between this level. This is the top CPR, which is a very crucial level for me. And right now the price is not being able to sustain. It is breaching the price, it is coming under the price, it is breaching the price, coming under the price. So it is not giving me any kind of confirmation right now that which direction it is going. And even if I talk about the EMAs, so EMAs are pretty stacked up. They are close to each other. Even if one candle is being formed like this, a red candle, this EMA will cross and it will again start showing the bearish movement. So that is a situation when we need to understand and improvise. Every time we cannot completely rely onto the tools. Yes, tools are kind of system which give us an idea where the market is expected to go and the crucial level where the market can get stuck or hold the levels to give a demand or a supply zone or a resistance or a support zone. However, improvising is something which will only come with practice over the period of time. All right. Since 840 was my stop loss level, and a couple of people would be so thinking, since the market is indecisive from past 15 to 20 minutes and it's not giving any kind of final confirmation that it is either going down or showing maybe kind of a bearish movement where we can short the pair of Bitcoin and USDT. Neither it is giving any kind of confirmation where we can go long or we can buy the Bitcoin and USDT pair. So why did I decided to take a stop loss? The reason is price movement is very much limited. However, we need to respect our rules, we need to respect our discipline. And the discipline says if the price is breached continuously, then I need to take the stop loss, because it might happen, as I discussed before, that market might give because it is building up pressure. This is the sign where market is building up pressure, and when the pressure is being built, it can move in any direction very fast. And if the movement is very fast, I might not be able to book my stop loss. That is, if I, like right now, I booked in a loss for approximately 12 to 13% right now. If I do not have booked the loss and market would have moved towards the 17,000 mark, or maybe 18,000 eight, sorry, or maybe 16,880, which is also said to be the day high. If it decides to move towards the day high mark, then my loss would have been pretty much bigger. So trading is all about like cutting down the losses. If we try to understand the scenario with a normal business, in a business there are multiple costs involved. Assuming that there is one cost as the travel cost, so as a company we always like to look into a scenario how we can cut down the travel cost. What is more economical way to do it right? So that is the same thing with the trading. So if the market is traveling towards the day high, which is 16,880, then my loss cost is going high. And like any other business, I would like to cut down on my cost. So I just decided to book my stop loss over here and wait for the market to give me some kind of confirmation where I'm able to decide that in which direction I wish to trade. And if I do not find any reasonable level, a sustainable level, then no problem. This is market. We'll try to find a good trade tomorrow. So I entered was a trade somewhere here, and I was looking in for this level, which did not happen. However, it happened the other way around, that I entered trade was here and I decided to book my loss over here. This. That's a loss which I've already booked, and I'm just waiting for the market. to give me some kind of confirmation of either the continuation of the bullish trend towards the day high or the reversal trend which is towards the day low. So right now we are stuck in between and we don't have any final confirmation because since not because rather since December, mid of December, Bitcoin has been really very choppy, which also means couple of time I trade in other pairs as well, which I would be sharing over the period of time. So we can also trade in other pairs. It's a market. See, the trading strategy remains the same. Charts and the pattern remains the same. Only the asset changes. Like this is one of the assets of Reef and USDT. Even this asset is pretty choppy. However, the price is so less of this asset that the slightest movement can give us 20, 25, 30% profits. However, at the same time, we also need to understand if the asset is too volatile like this, because we are playing is on the 100x leverage, which means 1% movement in the market will give us 100% profit or loss of our capital. It's a simple understanding, simple calculation. 1% move in the market will give us 100% profit or loss on the capital invested in a particular trade. So if I talk about this particular scenario, from here to here, it shows like two bars with 0.36% movement, which means if I would have entered a trade in this particular asset, either I would have booked in a profit of 36% or a loss of 36%. It could be either of the cases because this asset is being too volatile. And if we talk about the total movement from top to bottom, so this movement is about 1.3%, which means I would be gaining or losing 113%. That is, if I'm investing $10, I can gain approximately $13 of profit, or I can lose up to $13 in this particular trade because of the volatility of this asset. So gradually we will trade in other assets as well once I'm sure that all the people who I'm trying to train how to trade in cryptocurrencies and how to find the patterns and on how to trade on the charts in the live market. So once I'm sure that they are able to understand this, then I'll start helping you understand how to trade in volatile and risky assets. Though financial market is the market which is full of risk, there is no certainty. It only works on the probability. So what we have to learn is to understand the probability and to work on the ratio of the probability becoming right. Now, if we try to look on the market on a little bigger time frame, say 15 minutes, let's zoom the chart for better view. It showed one engulfing or a bullish candle. At the same time, it showed the rejection. And right now, from past 25 minutes, it is showing kind of a reversal. And the EMAs are pretty stacked up very close to each other. If we look onto the values of the EMA, the red EMA is running at 631, while the green EMA is running at 630. There is only 1 point difference, which means the EMA is very stacked up. And it also means that if 8 and 20 EMA are getting so stacked up in the market, there is not any kind of trend which is prevailing. and the market is being very, very choppy. So when the markets are choppy, then we need to be very patient to find the right pattern and the right trade. Stock market will only make you profitable when you have the patience. If you don't have the patience, you do not use the gift of patience, trust me, that is a time when we will end up, or anyone will end up, making big and huge losses. Still, there is no final pattern. However, I would not say even there is the build-up of the pressure, because if we talk about the trade volume, then there is not very high trade volumes right now. Again, the same story. One green candle, one red candle, or maybe one or two green candles, one red candle. There is no decisive mood. And trading is not gambling. Trading is just about understanding the languages of the chart. What chart is trying to speak. It's as simple as this. I'm known to English, and if somebody is trying to talk to me in German or maybe French, there is nothing that I would be able to understand. Same way, it's about the trading chart. It is the language which is not known to many of the people. And because the language is not known, you are not able to understand the movement or what market is trying to say, and end up making wrong assumptions about the market. Couple of times assumption might get right, which makes people believe that stock market is more like a gamble. However, these financial markets and instruments are not gamble. They are more about the patterns and the charts. And if we talk about the patterns and the chart, I can assure you one thing. Humans, we are the humans who are trading in the market, and we create a regular and a common type of emotion. And so if you look onto the chart, gradually you'll start understanding and realizing that chart is creating repetitive same patterns. All we need to do is just understand them when there is a repetition of a pattern. Still, there is no confirmation because about 25 minutes ago, I decided to book in my loss when the candle started above the pivot of 840. However, if we look onto the price, it is not holding the price on the level. Still, as a safe trader, I would like to book the small percentage of the loss rather than relying on the probability to go in for a huge profit, because eventually it may happen, market might create something like this pattern. Let's try to discuss what kind of pattern can it create. Mm, just a moment, I'm just trying to pull out the right tool. Mm, okay, yeah. What could happen is right now it's creating something like this, this. It might take resistance over here and come down like this. This could be one of the patterns which it might create, or it might create a pattern like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this. So let's change the color of this line and let's make it a little thicker. So either it can create this kind of a pattern, or it can create this kind of a pattern. There could be either of the one. However, in either of the cases, the price needs to sustain either above this particular zone, that is the level of 850. Either the price needs to stay above 850 or it needs to stay under 850, and only then we will be able to get any kind of confirmation. So let's clear the drawings so that we are able to view the chart. and let's zoom it out. Trust me, right now the market is very slow, because if you look onto the price on the right side, it says 828, 824, 820. So it's moving at the gap of approximately every 4 points. With the asset like Bitcoin, or maybe any asset which is trading at a price of approximately $16,000 to $17,000, then this particular way the chart is visible, it means that there is no movement in the asset. The asset is very, very, like, not traded asset as of now. It could be for several reasons, which we need to find maybe through news and other analysis. Okay, here are some of the highlights for the pair. About the market, well, I wouldn't go with news much, because whatever news happens, whatever information comes in the market, eventually everything will be zeroed down to only one thing, which is price. And when everything is being zeroed down to one thing, which is price, so the price will either move up, that is, it will give you some kind of bullish movement, or the price will move down, wherein it will give you a bearish movement. And as of now, I'm not able to see any pattern, any price, any kind of confirmation over here. Except for one thing, because any pivot, any level is an approximate zone. It is not the exact number, because pivot is being formed at 841. So 841 is not an exact number, it is a tentative zone, which means the price can also prevail at a level of 845, can act as a resistance. At the same time, maybe 835 can act as a resistance. So right now the same thing is happening. So because it's a tentative level of 841, so the price is again being stuck and sustained at the same level. If we look onto the scenario, the price is hunting between 845 and 835, only $10. So technically it is not giving any movement for almost like 40 minutes now. Seems like market is giving me a message that Tingley, it's enough. You have done for the day. You have already booked in two good trades. So now it is not the time for you to trade any further. And that's the reason market charged me the consultation fee by the ways of a stop loss. So let's wait and see. If I don't see any movement in another 15 to 20 minutes, then I think there would not be any movement until the end of the day, because this chart or the asset works directly onto the GMT time zone, which is the 00 hours. So I am not expecting any movement until say maybe 4 or 5 as per the Indian time, because India is approximately plus 5:30 UTC or plus 5:30 GMT. So I'm not expecting any movement until that time, which is about say maybe as per GMT, it will be something between 11 to 1 is a time zone when I'm expecting some movement to happen, which will be approximately somewhere about 4:30 to 6:30 as per the Indian time. Okay, still I'm not able to see any movement even on the 15 minutes time frame. And it is still pretty indecisive market where we can make any kind of decision if the market is going up or the market is going down. So I would like to wait for the final confirmation before I get any kind of confirmation and I initiate a trade. However, if I'm not able to find anything in another 15 minutes, then let's end the day today and we'll find the trade tomorrow. Price is still not able to breach the zone. Though last two candles are showing as green color, however, the price movement is not at all promising for me as of now. It happened with me on the weekend near Christmas. I initiated one of the trades. At that time, I was not doing live streaming. I initiated one of the trades. I decided my stop loss level and I did everything like I've been sharing over here in the live stream. And based on my stop loss level, I added couple of few more extra points to it and I placed it. And I did not look onto my trading screen. And trust me, that trade took 23 hours before it was able to reach the level which I had decided for the profit. It took 23 hours to reach to that particular level and it gave me a beautiful and amazing profit at that time. And after 23 hours, market became trending for almost an hour. And in that hour, I booked in 4 trades. So even though I was not able to conclude my trade on the previous day which I started and it took almost 24 hours because it market moved after 23 hours. So whenever there was a movement in the market, it compensated my entire effort within an hour. And even right now, so based on the analysis as I had decided, because the price is still sustaining near my stop loss level, So I decided to take my stop loss and move out of this particular trade, and I'm still sitting and waiting because still my probability is that price is expected to come down because I'm not seeing too much of the volume coming into the market. At the same time, every time the price is heading towards a day high, it's taking rejection. Earlier, it created a day high for approximately 860, 850 points, 850, 55. Then it gave a big little movement, and then it made a new high of 880. However, somehow I'm getting this feeling that it is not going towards 880. Till the time price is not sustaining above $850, I am pretty convinced that the market will not be heading towards 880. However, if we see green candles being formed above this level, 850, this particular red line, if we see green candles being formed above this level, then definitely we can trade in for the target of first the day high, which will be 880, and after day high I would be looking in for a target for 950 straight away. Because that is the only next logical level. Let's like zoom out the chart because I had to zoom in too much since the candles are very small right now. So I had to actually zoom in. Normally, when the market is moving and trending, this is how the chart looks. We are able to see the weekly pivot and everything being available on the chart. But due to the slow movement, I had to zoom it out so much that everything was not being visible. So once we are able to breach the day high, which is 880, then I can expect a target for 950, which would be there. So that will give me approximately, if I'll enter the trade from 850, if the price and the candle start sustaining above this level, is a time when I'll enter the trade. Then I'll be booking in approximately 100 points. Right now, I have booked in a loss for tentative 20 points, and then I would be booking in a profit for approximately 100 points. So 80 points or maybe 70 points is a tentative profit which I would be booking in for the day. That will give me approximately, I think, about 40% net profit after adjusting the loss which I just took. However, for that to happen, the price has to and have to sustain onto this level and then go up like this. If the price is not sustaining above this level, then definitely I can assure you the price will be heading for this level over here. This would be my level. And right now, this is more like a no trading zone. This is okay. Now, as the point has come up about the no trading zone, no trading zone is a simple concept. It is the area where the price is stuck between the CPR. This is the daily pivot, the top CPR and the bottom CPR. When the price is stuck over here, it becomes a no trading zone. As well as no trading zone is not always about the CPR. Also in the market, there are a couple of other levels. When the price is getting stuck continuously is the level which creates a no trading zone and an indecisive zone, or you can call no trading zone as a indecisive zone, where we are not able to decide if the market is expected to go up or the market is expected to go down. That is the time when we decide to exit the market and take the break and wait for the final movement of the market. that it is expected to move up or it is expected to move down, like I did right now. Because I entered, the trade was over here at a price of approximately 820, and I decided to book my loss at the price of 840. So the moment I saw this particular candle being formed above my price, I decided to book my loss at 841, and I decided to move out of the trade. Though if we look onto the level, the price is sustaining near my level only. My stop loss level was about 840, 841, 842. So the price is sustaining to a level of about 846, which is only 4 points. But it's about the discipline, it's about the rule. So the rule was not to go beyond 840 or 41. So I'm just sticking to it, and I've just decided to book the loss, which I have done almost an hour ago. And I'm just waiting for this level to be formed and giving me the final confirmation if the market is going down. If the market is going down, then definitely this big arrow is going to become correct, and we will be booking in a good amount of profit. Until then, we need to wait. And if I don't see any kind of confirmation coming in, it will be the time when I'll decide to end my day for the trading today, because I've already booked in good profit while I was not here online during the live stream. All right, as if now in this candle, it is still not able to breach the price barrier. Let's look at onto the bigger time frame. Let's look onto the 15 minutes. So see, this actually, this zone is like a price barrier, I can say. 850 to 855, we can keep it about 852. So this is a zone which is a kind of a price barrier, and it's not able to breach the price barrier. And until it is not able to breach the price barrier and hold the candles above the price of 850 or maybe 852.55, if it is not holding the candles above the price of 850, then definitely market is not going towards the current day high, which is 880. And definitely the market is not heading towards the highest level of 950, which is also the weekly pivot. Again, the same way it was before. It tried to give a little positive indication. However, now it's giving even more positive indication towards being bearish. So let's wait and let's see. Till the time price is not sustaining below the daily pivot, which is approximately $830, $16,830, till the time the price is not prevailing below that particular level, then the price is not going towards the current day low, which is 750. In order to achieve 750, the price needs to sustain below 830. Until the time we are not getting a price below 830 is a time when still the market will be indecisive and we are not able to take any kind of trade anymore. So let's clear out the chart, as I don't like too much of drawings on the chart to make it look too complicated. And just remember, the streaming is purely for educational purposes only. I'm just trying to share my trading patterns and my ideas, which I have learned over the period of time. If this candle closes below the 20 EMA, which is the green line, this particular line, if this candle closes below the green line, and if it tries to breach the daily pivot, definitely we can expect a sharp movement towards the current day low. And that will be the time when I'll decide to re-enter the trade. However, right now it is not the time for me to do anything except for just sit and wait. Right now the market is very, very slow, or I can say sleepy market right now. Seems like all the bulls and bears have decided to take a break. Bulls are being chilled out by the winters, and bears are have gone maybe like for a hibernation sleep. It could be the case. That's the reason we are not seeing any kind of movement in the market as of now. All right. So the candle did close below the 20 EMA, and if next two candles are able to stay below the 20 EMA, which is the green line, we can expect the bearish move. and then it will be the time when I'll decide to re-enter the new trade. And once I enter the new trade, I would like to book in profits. However, as of now, I am not in any kind of trade. I'm just waiting for the right level to be achieved. And once the right level is being achieved is the time when I would be going in for the trade once again. Till the time the price is sustaining between the CPR, the top and the bottom line, which is between 820 and 840. This is more like a no trading zone for me because it is very, very indecisive. And there is a very slow movement in the price right now, which is not giving me any kind of confirmation that in which direction should I be taking the trade. Will it be a bearish trade or will it be a bullish trade? And just to tease us for a moment, it shows us a big red or a green candle. Technically, those are not big candles because the chart has been zoomed out a lot. If we talk about the statistics of the current candle, which is also visible on the top of the page, if you have a look, it says over here, let me mark this. This is the current statistics of the market. This candle had opened at a price of 834. I'm ignoring the cents price. It made a high of 838. It made a low of 816 right now. Sorry. Yeah, the low of 816. Sorry, 26. My fault. Sorry. It made a low of 826. So opening at 34, going down at 26, which is only and only $8 movement. And right now the price is prevailing about 34, which is also the opening price of this candle. So technically there is not much of the movement right now in the market and everything is pretty indecisive. So in this scenario, there is nothing that we would be doing and just waiting. Well, we are sitting, we are waiting. And as this is the thumb rule, the market will only make you profitable when we will invest our time and more than time when we will invest our patience in the market. As yet, I'm not holding any position. I'm not in middle of any kind of trade. And as this streaming is only for the education purposes only, so we are just waiting and discussing about the chart pattern which is being formed. So we are just waiting for it to give us some kind of clear indication. if this candle takes the rejection from the TCPR, the top CPR, which is the blue dotted line, because right now it's showing like a bullish movement or it's a big kind of candle. However, when I say rejection, it means that it needs to close under this blue line, and this will be more like a wick. Like we have this candle, which is a wick candle. This is a wick candle. So this will become more like a wick. So if it is holding its level under 840, then we can expect it to retest the level of 830, and if the retest fail, definitely the price is moving down. However, if the retest doesn't fail and it acts as a support, then price is moving up. Still, as of now, this is a indecisive or a pattern where there is no decision which I would like to make, neither for a buy trade of the pair of BTC USDT or for the sell trade for the pair. And I would just like to wait. However, what it has done is, as sharp it moved down, same way it moved up as if now. However, this movement can only be confirmed once we have the new candle being formed. All right, this candle is about to close in another 15 seconds, and as yet it is holding its level. So let's see what does the next candle says. All right. So as of now, this candle is pretty unclear to me because it is just sitting at the price, not moving up, not moving down, nothing. There is no movement in this candle, and it is only just $3 candle which I am able to see. So let's see what happens. However, if this candle is not closing above the level which I've drawn, which is approximately 850 or say 855 points, if it is not closing above that particular level, then definitely it is next candle has to do something. Either that has to breach this red line and go above it. If that candle, the next candle is also not breaching, then we are coming down for a retest of the day low or maybe the CPR. So let's wait and see. Right now, price is showing kind of following the trend lines of the 8 and 20 EMA. However, I'm not much convinced about the price and the EMA thing, since based on my past trading experience, I am able to see a resistance at a price level of 850 to 855 is the zone where there is a continuous resistance. So till time the price is not sustaining above that particular zone is a time when this market is not heading towards the current day high of 880 and then to the next level resistance zone of 950 points. So I'm not expecting it to happen. For that, the price needs to and have to sustain above that level. Still nothing there. All right. Now it seems it does not, or maybe it does. This is really confusing. If it seems that it is breaking the price barrier, and will it be taking the support or not? All right, it is able to break the price barrier. Now, the next important thing is it needs to hold above this price barrier. That is, like it was forming candles right at the pivot of 840, it needs to form the candle at the current price of somewhere above 850. If the candles are being formed above 850 and they're holding the level of 850, is a time when we can expect this price to be heading towards the day high of 880. Okay, now this is little positive response, I can say that the candle which has started right now is above the level. However, it needs to close above this level only. Right now, I am not in any trade and I will not be entering in any trade till the time I get the confirmation that price is sustaining above this level. Till the time price is not staying above this level is the time I am not going to take any trade, because for the reason from here to the day high there is not much of the target. It is about 20 points, which is barely any movement for the asset, which will not even cover the platform fees for me, I would say. So that's the reason I will not decide to take any trade, though it is showing me some kind of uptrend movement right now. Still, I'll be waiting for the price to come and retest this level. Once this level is retest, because it was not able to break this barrier, once it is able to retest this, then it is a time when the price will sustain above 850. It will be the time I'll try to enter the trade, because this can also act as a false breakout. That is, looking onto this candle and this candle, I might enter the trade right now under the current price of 863. However, if it comes down to 850, then I would be there with a loss of 13 points. And if it moves towards the target of 880, which is the current day high, I would be only able to book a profit for 17 points. So I'm technically stuck between the two levels, because it might take a rejection from current day high, or it might stay above the current day high. This is the reason I'm waiting for the confirmation. Couple of times it happens even with me that I get an emotional swing that okay, these are the green candles coming in, which gives me a common fear, which is also called the FOMO, fear of missing out. So it took me almost like 3 to 4 months to actually master the fear of FOMO, that I'm not missing out on the trade, and I was able to convince myself even if I miss on a particular trade, there will be several other thousands of opportunity which I can cash on. However, to trade in a FOMO, because I realized whenever I used to get in a FOMO and initiate a trade, 95% of the cases my trades used to end up making losses. And it was only 5% that I used to make up profits. So when you have such a huge gap from 95% of the probability of making losses and 5% of making profits, so I always used to end up making losses. So that was a time it took me little time to identify what was the reason I was not being able to get profitable during those trades. And then I realized those were my FOMO trade, fear of missing out. So now I have decided not to trade based on the missing out fears and sit till I have any kind of confirmation. Because this is like a very kind of promising candle for me, as it is showing me a price which is sustaining above the barrier of 850 and sustaining at 871. At the same time, it is also close to the current day high of 880. So the expected movement is only for $10. And because the market has been taking rejection since morning whenever it is creating any kind of high, so it is, I'm not pretty certain that if the price is heading towards the resistance one. And since I'm not certain, I will not initiate the trade. Initiating not a trade is also a trade, because when you don't initiate a trade, then you are saving on your losses, which is also the profits that we are earning or the capital that we are saving. And as I said, I'm not sure, so I will not be doing it. Like right now, if we look onto the candle, it tried to reach the level and then it retraced. Or we can say it just created a mark, something like this. So it has just created this mark. Until the time it is not coming back to 850, until the time the price is not holding above 850, is the time I am not entering any trade. I will be waiting for the confirmation. So right now I am not seeing the confirmation for me that I should be going in for the buy trade. Couple of people, couple of other traders might be finding it logical to go in for a buy trade. However, based on my trading idea, I am not finding it logical, or I am not being convinced that I should go in for a long or a buy trade right now. And so I have decided to wait a little longer. I would prefer to go in for a safer trade based on my understanding and my experience, rather than going in for a trade and creating a strong emotional impulse. So I'm nowhere in a mood of creating any kind of emotional impulse right now. Or maybe we can say the emotional turbulence. And as I'm not in a mood, so I'll sit, I'll wait, I'll take my sweet time, because this market is always there. It is working 24 by 7. If I'm not able to find the trade right now, even if I'm ending the trade day to day without the trade in the live stream, is not a concern for me, because tomorrow definitely we'll find more trades. So as if now it's doing the same thing as I said. I would be waiting in for a retest. The reason I'm saying I'll be waiting in for a retest is that it has a barrier of 850 to 855 points where it was not able to breach, and right now it also has the 8 EMA over there, because if we look onto the pattern, it is showing kind of a little promising 8 EMA, and the price is kind of following the 8 EMA as of now for past 20 minutes. After the retest of 20 EMA, which happened approximately 20 minutes ago, it is following the price level of 8 EMA. So I'll wait, I'll see, I'll again wait for the retest, and if the retest is successful at 8 or 20 EMA is a time when I'll decide to go in for a long trade, which is the buy trade for the current pair. If not, then no worries. For me, it is more important to initiate the trade when I'm convinced rather than initiating the trade in emotional impulse of FOMO. However, if the price is not able to sustain above this level, then definitely we are coming for the day low, which is 760. And once we breach the day low, we'll be coming in for a price level of 670 points, which is also the daily support level of the price, 670, which means it will be approximately another 80 points. So if we wait for the levels where I decided to initiate the trade was over here. So if we get the confirmation of the price right under this, then we have whole this whole level of target available, which is approximately 140-45 points. And that will be, trust me, an amazing profit to book onto. So if I draw my arrow, so it can be up to this. This will be the first level. These will be actually three levels, I would say. Once the price starts to, okay, once the price starts to hold below 820, then it needs to breach the barrier of 800. Once it breaches the barrier of 800, then it needs to breach the barrier of the current day low, which is 750. Once the 750 is being breached, then definitely we are coming in for a target for 670, which is the support 1. What I'm using as indicator is the CPR by AAK, which you can easily find in TradingView. TradingView is the charting platform which I'm using right now to look at the moment of the market and decide whether to initiate or not initiate a trade. So right now we don't have any confirmation and it's stuck. So it needs to come down and test this particular red line, and this moving average is the only time when I will be assured that yes, price is heading towards a day high and maybe towards the resistance one, which is approximately at $950 price mark. If not, then I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I would say I'm not convinced about the trade, and I would not be initiating a dicey trade or a trade in which I'm being very spectacle. So let's wait and see what market has for us. All right. So price is still sustaining at that level. Same thing. There is a slight pullback. If price is showing me a retest at the level of 850 is the time when I'll decide to go in for the long trade, which is the buy of the asset. If it is not showing me a confirmation over there, then definitely I'm not initiating any trade. I would like to not initiate a trade when I'm not certain about the probability, as trading is one thing which strictly works on the probability. And when I'm not certain about the probability, as it's already a probability, so I would not like to initiate the trade. And I would like to wait for the exact level to come. So right now it seems that the price is about to respect ATMA and maybe follow the trend. However, I will like to wait for a little more confirmation for the same. All right. So the price is about to just test 8 EMA. Till the time, as per me, the price is not retesting this zone, which is approximately 850 points. And sustaining above 850 points is not the time when I'm entering into any kind of trade. It is only after this I will decide to enter in the trade, not before it. So I'm just sitting and I'm just waiting for the retest to happen. It seems like the price is getting a little tired while it is climbing up. This is the reason I said I will be waiting for the retest and the confirmation. Let's wait and see. But what is happening right now? Talking about trading, trading is nothing too very complicated, very difficult process as people they show it is. It is this just a simple idea to understand, to find the places where the price can get stuck. And if we are able to find the right places where price is getting stuck, is something when we would be able to trade in the right direction. And the second rule for trading will be to find the level where we need to book the profit or to book the stop loss. And since it's the third day of the live education session for Bitcoin $10 marathon for 100 days, so we have loads of many days coming in future to discuss about various strategies, informations, etc. So it's the same thing right now. The price is stuck right exactly at the level of the 8 EMA. So if the price sustains the 8 EMA, it means it is a continuation of the trend. However, the EMA is little wide, so it can also get little sideways, like it is sideways right now. So I would be waiting in for a confirmation on 20 EMA, which is also stacked up exactly at the price barrier of 850. So I would wait for the price to come and touch 850, and if it is able to hold the price of 850 and start creating green candles from 850, then it will be the time when I will decide to enter a trade for the level of 8780, sorry, 880, which is the current day high. And if the price is sustaining above 880, then I would be looking in for a target for 950, which is the pivot. Now, what are pivots? How exactly they work? There are several videos available on YouTube, and if you want, I'll find some good videos and place the link in the description of the video. Until then is the time we just wait. All right. So it is about to test the 20 EMA. If the price will sustain below 20 EMA is the time when I will decide, sorry, sustain at 20 EMA or the price barrier is the time when I will decide to go in for a long trade. If not, then I will still wait for the market to give me the confirmation of the reversal of the trend, which is the bearish trend. Until then, I'm just waiting for the final move. Okay, now it is about to retest the price. After this, next candle is one of the most crucial and the important candle, which will help me decide what I need to do. Now, what could be the probabilities? Let us discuss about the chart and the probability. Right now, it is showing 20 EMA as a support level. So it can take support on 20 EMA, which is somewhere about the price level of 850, and the price can move back up, or it may not take the support and the price may keep coming down to the top CPR, which is 840, and it might retest the price of 840, and then again it might start going up towards the movement, towards the day high. then will be the time when I will decide to enter the trade. Until then, I'm treating this zone as a no trading zone for me. Okay, it is not holding the level as of now. However, it is too early for me to comment on either of the things because it might take a support of 20 EMA or it might take a support at the top CPR. So I need to wait before I'm able to get any kind of confirmation. And based on the confirmation is the time when I'll decide to go in for the trade, which is the long trade, that is to buy the asset. If I'm not receiving any kind of confirmation, then it will be the time when I'm not doing anything and I would like to end my day. So let's wait and let's see. However, it seems, though it is little early to confirm, however, it seems that it is expected to take a support at 20 EMA. And for me, the 20 EMA and the price barrier both are stacked up at same price. So let's see if it is able to take the support. If it is able to take the support, then definitely it's a strong support level for me. And based on this support level, I would like to initiate the trade for the current day high, which is 880, and then I would be looking in for the next target of 950. If not, then my stop loss level will be defined at 840. If the price breaches the mark of 840 and starts to create the candle under 840 is a time when I would like to exit from this trade. However, as of now, I am not sitting in any kind of trade. I'm just waiting for the confirmations. And just for the record and the information, today I did initiated 3 trades. 2 trades were being done while I was not online live streaming, and one trade was done during the live stream. And in that particular trade, we booked in a small loss. And after since or thereafter, we are still waiting for the confirmation from the market. And as I shared before, couple of time it happens that market moves into a scenario where it becomes really indecisive and it becomes difficult to understand where it will be heading. All right, it is just stuck at the same price barrier and seems like it is taking a support of the 20 EMA and the price. All right, cryptorians, it seems that market wants me to wait, which honestly I'm not in mood to because it's already like 2 a.m. and it's pretty late for me. So just for the record and educational purposes, here it is, which I would like to say, confirm. If the price is sustaining above the price mark of 850 or 855 points, then definitely we are heading towards the day high of 880 and then maybe towards the target of 950. It might be possible that market might give you a bull run towards 950, though it may not touch the level and it may retrace. And if the price is not being sustained above the price of 850 and it breaches the mark of 820, then definitely we are heading towards the day low, which is about 750 points. And if we break the barrier of 750 points, then we would be heading in for the target of 670. So these are the levels which I would like to give you for educational purposes. And all those people who are online and looking into this live stream, they can make a note of these levels and monitor it. These are not the financial advices to any individual. They are just the tentative levels for you to monitor and do paper trading and to understand the levels of the market, how the market and the levels work. So let's end the streaming for the day and let's meet tomorrow on a new day with a new trade. Thank you.